Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rock City Central. I'm Mike Grande, and we have an amazing guest. Very glittery, amazing guest, mind you. Her name is Giannina, right?
Yes.
Like to pronounce it J-A-H?
Giannina.
Giannina. But I think on Facebook you say it's J-A-H. So I was like, wow, was I saying it wrong
I
all
would
the time?
say that's the easiest way to say it. However,
Giannina?
Giannina.
Giannina, beautiful name. Giannina
Thank you.
Gomez, ladies and gentlemen, and she's one of the New Jersey International 2021 contestants here. And I think April is the big day.
Yes.
April, what is it?
April 10th.
April 10th is the big day.
Yes,
so
it is.
everybody's going to vote. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome Giannina.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You betcha. So I got you through Mary. I got everybody through Mary, and people have called me the luckiest man in New Jersey because I get to interview all these beautiful women, and I am not complaining. Neither is James, our cameraman. But I'm here to actually interview about you and your platform. But you know, as an interviewer, and when I have people like you on, I need to learn as much as I can about them. So I go and I research about them, I learn about them. But you do so many things. So I'm going to start with a couple, and we'll just work our way down because you're not just a woman that looks beautiful. You do it all. You are a teacher. You're a school teacher. In fact, you were the first person to call me up when that email or that text went out. And I remember, and I forgot to call you back, and I felt horrible. And then you sent me another text, and you said, "Mike, I know you're busy, but if you get a chance, call me back." But I was teaching students at the time, so you're a school teacher.
Right. Yes. So I've been a New Jersey teacher for 17 years now.
Really?
Yes.
You
yes.
look like you're 17 years old.
Oh, thank you. I'm 40 years old.
Are you really?
I am.
Wow!
Oh,
Holy
thank you
mackerel!
so much.
So go ahead. So you've been teaching 17 in
So
Jersey?
I have been teaching for 17 years, and I have been in different school districts. And I'm presently in Monroe Township Middle School, and I'm a Spanish teacher, and I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I have to say, you know, because of the pandemic, it's been a little bit challenging.
Yes.
And however, I work in a school district in where administration has been super supportive.
Right.
And they have given us, you know, different support through different development workshops that we've been taking in order for us to be able to use the technology and just to
Right.
continue to keep our students engaged. So I'm a proud New Jersey teacher.
That's
Yes.
great. But now 17 years, and you're from Lima, Peru?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Lima, Peru.
When did you come here?
Yeah, so I came at the age of 15.
15. And your mom's in the audience, right?
Yes.
So she's
My mom.
a purebred. She's originally from, with you, Lima,
Yes,
Peru.
absolutely
Wow.
right.
So what made mom say, we got to go to New Jersey?
Yeah, so I was born in Lima, Peru. I grew up in a beach town called Barranco, and this was a bohemian city, and I have very vivid memories growing up in Lima. And some of the most amazing memories were going to the beach. This was like the thing to do. And I went to a Catholic school just for girls, so I remember like, you know, we would wear our uniforms, and under
Right.
our uniforms, we would wear our bathing suits and just go straight to the beach, and it was just
You would wear the
so much
bathing
fun.
suits to school,
Yes, we would.
and then you'd go to the beach.
Yes, because he was at a walking distance. Our school was at a walking
I'm
distance from
moving
the beach.
to Lima, Peru, ladies and gentlemen, South America. So, but this was all girls school though.
This was, yes, this
Oh,
was an
all right.
all-girls school.
Gotcha.
And it was a lot of fun. I have beautiful memories from,
Got it.
you know, just growing up in Lima. Yes, at the age of 15, we moved to the United States. My father, unfortunately, he lost his job, and I think as every parent, you're always looking to, you know, just a better
Right.
opportunity, a better way of life. And so at the time, my grandmother was living in New Jersey, and so we decided to stay here with her and moved here. And you know, ever since, I would say New Jersey has been my home. This is where I met my husband. This is where I created a family. This is where I
Right.
put myself through school, through college. And what can I say? I am a Peruvian girl with a Jersey heart.
Let me tell you, that's the American dream, though, right?
It is.
Coming from
It
a
is.
different country. Just curious, Mom, and you might be able to answer that. It must have been nerve-wracking, and she must have been so anxious leaving because that's her home of what she knows.
Exactly.
Your dad loses his job,
Yes.
and then they say, let's relocate to another place, in a totally different place, where there's no opportunity that he knows of yet, except for America. What was that like?
Right. You know, I can only speak from my personal experience,
Yeah.
and I have to tell you, you know, this was a stage in my life in where I consider, you know, it was just a very challenging stage for me because, you know, at the age of 15, you're still in that stage in where you're still getting to know, you know, who is it that you are as a person. And just having like that drastic change, moving
Right.
into a different country with a, different culture,
Yeah.
just different way of living altogether. For me, it was a struggle. And not only that, but I also had to learn the language.
I was going to say, did you know English by then?
I went to a Catholic school just for girls. I had incredible teachers. Most of them were nuns. However, I did take a little bit of English, but the pronunciation just wasn't there.
Wow.
However, when I moved to the United States, I had the most amazing ESL teacher, and her name was Mrs. Wayman, and she would not let me go out to lunch unless I was able to pronounce something right. So
Really?
and now that I'm a teacher, I totally get it, and I'm just so appreciative of what she's done for me.
But did she inspire you to be a teacher by any chance?
She did. She was one
Wow.
of the main reasons why I became a teacher.
Wow, can I ask you something? This is totally off topic.
Yes.
But all right, so this is what my father would say to me. So in, I guess, kindergarten to 5th grade, if I was to ask you which teacher taught you how to speak at that time Spanish, who would that teacher be?
Wow.
Now stop. Who was your favorite teacher between kindergarten and 5th grade?
I would say, it was one of my teachers from back at home,
Uh-huh.
Lima, Peru, and if I remember right, it was like Senora Rosauro.
Now listen to that. You
Yes.
had no idea who teaches you how to speak Spanish. You have no idea, right?
Right.
But you remember the teacher who you liked the most, right? What does that
Exactly.
tell you as a teacher? Now, I love asking this question to teachers because I was a social studies teacher too.
Right.
So
I
let me
heard.
ask you this. Why do you think you remember somebody like that as opposed to the person who taught you Spanish, which you used every day when you were growing up? Why do you think so?
Exactly. I have to tell you that the just her giving up just her lunchtime.
You
She
see?
wasn't just only not allowing me to go to lunch unless I was able to pronounce something, but she was just also giving up her lunchtime, and she would
Right.
stay with me in the class, and she would make sure that I was able to do something right. And that to me just meant so much.
So is it safe to say it's not what you're taught, but it's how you're treated? So you remember how she treated you.
Absolutely.
I bet you you're a
absolutely.
great teacher.
And thank you. And,
Yeah.
and I always think about that. And I always try to, I try to come up with like different projects and where my
Yeah.
kids are. Not just only sitting down in a room and just learning. And I know, by the way, I just can't wait until I go back into the classroom because
Right.
there's just nothing better than just having that connection with the kids.
It's also you leave a legacy. I mean, that's what we do here. We teach. And I'm so passionate about teaching because it leaves a legacy. And you're not old enough. When you get a little older, when people are recognizing you, let's say when they're 25 and they're like, oh my God, Ms. Gomez, you've changed my life. And you're probably inspiring teachers right now and you don't even know it. That's a legacy.
Exactly. Yes, and I have to say, right now I teach 8th graders. So last year alone, I had so many students that came back and they just wanted to just come and just visit me, and they were just so appreciative of like
Wow.
all the different things that we have done in class and how much is it that they have learned in class. And it's been just overall, I think teaching for me it's just such an amazing profession because it's not so much about how much you're getting paid, or it's just so much about just having and making those connections with the children,
With a
the
child,
kids.
yeah, change
Yes.
one life. It's exactly right,
Absolutely.
and they become, almost like your kids, right? You see them just as many times every day in school, and it's just you get so attached. I know that was with me
Yes.
too. I would get so attached to kids because I love teaching and I love the kids too. So I totally get that. So you come here. What a success story, by the way. You come here at 15.
Thank
You
you.
don't speak English. You learn English. Then
I
you go to
learned it.
school.
It
Then
took
you
me
go to
about a
college.
year.
But listen, I'm giving you a lot of credibility here because
Yes.
after you learn that, then you go and you become a college student. You go to college. Then you get a job as a teacher. I mean, that's just unbelievable how people say, I can't do this, I can't do that. But you came to this country at 15, not speaking English, going to school, going and getting a college degree on your own dime, right? You worked hard for it, and then you end up teaching. That's an amazing story to me.
Thank you, Mike.
Wow, no, I really mean that. I gotta honor you because a lot of people will make tons and tons of excuses like,
Right.
yeah, you know what, I didn't speak English too well, so I just decided to work, at a supermarket. Or I couldn't afford college. Or I didn't have many goals. But you went through all of that, and look at you now.
Thank
17
you.
years.
I have to say, as a middle child, I have to say, I have always been very determined, and just coming into the United States, not knowing the language, I have always felt that I had to work just as twice as hard
Right.
for just and everything. And I'm just very appreciative of everything that I have. I have worked very hard for what I have now. And I remember when I first moved here and I had this terrible experience in where I was still, learning the language, and I was just going through like this cultural shock. And my teacher, it was my first day at the high school, and she said, well, Giannina, here, let me introduce you to the class. And she introduced me to everyone by their name, and I actually went over to each student and I gave them a kiss, because this is the way we greet.
Wow.
Everyone, and this was more like of a cultural, it was just
That's
like,
what you do.
exactly, that's what you do culturally, and you want to give them a kiss and you want to greet someone. And so I remember going like from seat to seat, just greeting everyone, and the kids were just looking at me like, what's going on, like, why is she doing that? And I didn't get it then. And it's just coming into the country, this is like what you go through. But you know what, I tell you what, this is just all different learning experiences.
Yeah.
And this is what has helped me become the woman that I am today.
But what if our culture was like that? We greeted people with hugs and kisses instead of like shaking their hand or just nodding. You know what I mean? It's a whole different world, right?
Yes.
How often?
Italian people are very
Yes,
affectionate.
absolutely, 100%.
Yes, and in Europe, you don't just do one kiss, but they do two kisses.
One on
right?
each side.
One on each side, exactly.
Exactly. So that leads me to like a lot of the things. So I would consider you almost like an influencer. And the reason why I say that is you're all over Instagram and Facebook, and I see you post and you communicate with people and you comment and you exchange, words. And it's beautiful to see that you've liked all of the YouTube podcasts that we've been doing with all of the contestants. There's no like, it's not one of those things where I'm better than them. There's no contest. It's just like I'm supporting all of the women here because it's the platform you're really supporting, right? Not so much the beauty contest, because that's what we're all about. But I want to honor you for that because you're all over social media. You do a great job, by the way.
Oh,
and
thank you.
You could see if you follow Giannina. What's your Facebook? Do you have a special Facebook page?
Yes, Mrs. OC International.
Right. If you go on to Mrs. OC International, you'll see you love animals, right?
I do.
I know.
My husband and I, we're very big animal lovers. In fact, we actually rescued a dog from Mumbai, India. And her name is Tuk Tuk. We called her
It was in
wild.
India, and you rescued it and brought it here to America?
Yes, well, at the time, Chris was working for Colgate-Palmolive, and he was working in India, in Mumbai at the time, and he stayed there for, I would say, like a little bit longer than 2 weeks, and he just fell in love with this little Indian Paria stray dog that he found on the street, and he will call me every night because there's the time difference, and he will call me with. He would tell me about her. He would be like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? Like, I really want to bring her back home. Is there anything that we can do? And I'm like, let's do it. And, as a teacher, we pretty much, we try to save our money for the summer. We don't get paid in the summer.
Right.
And so I remember we were able to get the money together, and I forwarded the money to him, and he was able to get in contact with an agency that especially works with adopting dogs.
Wow.
From Mumbai, and so he was able to bring Tuk Tuk here to
He
the
took
United
Tuk
States.
Tuk.
And her name is Tuk Tuk because he actually found her underneath a motor rickshaw. This is like the main source of transportation in Mumbai, India. And when you turn the motor rickshaw, it makes the sound tuk 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 tuk. So when he found
Wow!
her,
Who would have never? I would have never figured that one out.
everything has special meaning. And
Yes.
so he found her underneath this motor rickshaw, and she was just, full in just oil, and he got her out,
my.
and he's like, that's it. Her name is going to be Tuk Tuk, and, and that's a little Indian princess, yes.
It's all history there. So let's get back to now you and your husband. Your husband, you just celebrated your 11-year anniversary, January 16th, right?
Well, it's going to be actually this August.
This August.
We are going to be celebrating our 10th year anniversary.
10th year, because on
yes.
Facebook it said January 16th is the day you were married.
Oh.
Yeah, you should check your Facebook page.
Maybe I need to change that.
Maybe you should. There you go. Maybe you should change that. So August. So 10 years with Chris, right?
Yes.
Now Chris is a cook. So the question is what came first? Your a drive to feed people, children? Because your platform is Children and Hunger, right?
Correct.
And
yes.
did that start because you saw Chris as a chef and you figured, this guy's awesome, let's just get everybody's bellies fat, right? Or was it something you believed in before you met Chris, feeding hungry children?
Well, I tell you what, Mike. I think just having the chance to grow up in a developing country, I have witnessed hunger, and I remember just on the streets of Lima, you would see kids as young as 5 years old, um, just selling candy and just trying to help their parents so
Yeah.
that they are able to provide. Just with a meal for the day, and that to me was very heartbreaking. And as a teacher, I have also witnessed this on kids, and as students, you see them that they're not able to focus or concentrate, and hunger. It's been linked with behavioral issues,
Yeah.
and I think as a mother, I definitely want to be able to teach my children that just how to have compassion and kindness, and I think if we
Right.
are able to teach them at a young age, this will be a better world. And so these are all the reasons why I decided to pick this as my platform.
But when did you
However,
pick it? Did you pick it like 2 years ago, 4 years? Because you've been doing this for a while. When did you actually decide that you want to make this a mission or a platform?
I think just being part of the pageantry organization, I think this really opened the door for just different opportunities for me to give back. But this is something that I've always had it in me. Throughout high school, I volunteer at a school for the handicapped, and where I would go in and I
Wow.
would, yes, I have been doing this for a long time, and I have always been just willing to give my time, and whatever is it that I can do to help, I've done it. I used to volunteer through college at a senior citizen home, and I would go at night and I
Wow.
would read magazines, and this is also a way that I was able to practice my English, and so this is something that I have done from time to time. So when I heard about the organization and the different platforms that you can stand behind, I thought it was just perfect. I've been a mother. I've been so focused on, just raising the kids. I've been so focused on my career. So I figured, you know what, this is going to be the time for me to focus on what I really want to do.
Right.
So just being part of the New Jersey International Pageancy has really opened the doors for me to be able to give back. And I have to tell you, I am on a stage in my life in where I'm very happy. I'm happy with my family. I'm happy with my job. I have beautiful kids, and so this is the stage in my life in where I feel like I'm ready to give back.
Right. Well, it sounds
Yes.
like you've been giving back for a long time, whether it's helping children, going to senior citizens, all that stuff. It sounds like the universe is really rewarding you for all that you've been giving back. That's what it sounds like, because you see your Facebook and all you really care about people and kids, and you can see that on all your posts. It's not like something like, all right, I'm going to run for this pageantry and I'm going to pick a flat platform and do it. You've been doing this stuff. So you just did a really big thing with tacos, and when Mary told me, she said, I went to give her money and she said, no, it's already done. They've already made their quota. And I said, well, we got to speak to Chris, and we got to speak to you about, maybe we could do something with Rock Out Loud, like Rockin' Taco or something crazy like that. I don't know, but I
That
want to be
sounds
part of that.
amazing.
Is there anything that you're doing now in the next couple of months that I could be part of? Is there anything that we can do?
Yes, well, this is for me personally, this is going to be like an ongoing, effort. So Chris and we partner up with the organization No Kid Hungry.
Yes,
And
that's right.
yeah, so this is a nonprofit organization that focuses on giving funding to different nutritional programs, and also nonprofit community organizations. Now we know that the kids are not going to school, so they are not able to get the reduced meals, or they're not able to
that's
get
right.
that breakfast.
What are they doing now?
Or after school meals. And
Where are
so-
kids? Where are kids who are not in school? Where are they getting those?
Yeah, so these programs are still on the ground, giving the students the meals that they need. And so this is one of the main reasons why I decided to partner with this organization. I just really 100% stand behind their mission.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I was able to connect with Jessica Kirk, and she is the person who's in charge of the fundraisers. And she was telling me like how they've been able to just come up with like different innovative ways to continue to help the kids even in the summer. So there is a number that you can text. It's 877 877, and you just text the word food, and they're able to connect this, the kids, the children, with a map in where it shows all the different locations in where they can go and get not only breakfast, lunch, dinner,
That's
but
great.
also snacks. So I thought they
Wow.
have been so innovative with just the way to, just serving the community, and their mission is, ending hunger. And that's something that I stand behind 100%.
So how did that go with the tacos? Because that wasn't a donation. I think Chris made tacos, right?
Yeah, so Chris, in fact, he's actually a toxicologist. So what he does is he.
What's a
I know you seem shocked.
I'm not sure. What's a toxicologist? Is that the person that you embalm people? No, it's taxidermy, I think.
Yeah,
What's
no, this is different. So what he does is he works for a pharmaceutical company, and
Okay.
where he does testing on different potent materials to make sure that this doesn't cause any type of harm to employees at a pharmaceutical manufacturing facility.
Okay.
And so he works for a Portuguese company. He's been doing this for a little bit now. And however, his true passion has always been food, creating food and making recipes, working with different brands and different products. And in fact, he's been working, and he's been a little bit too busy, I would say, but in a good way. He just came out with like his own product line. So he just came out with Chris Cook's Crazy Latin Explosion, which is one of his
Wow.
first seasoning. Yes.
Great. Chris Cook's Crazy Latin Explosion.
Yes.
Well, you can't say that fast. 5 times, I'll never get that one. But so I think his Instagram handle is Chris Cook's I'm sorry.
Chris Cooks Crazy.
Yes, thank you. Chris Cook's Crazy. Exactly right.
Yes.
That's his Instagram handle. I saw that. I also saw he did something at the Butcher's Block. I love that place.
We love it.
Yeah, that was
We're big fans.
yeah, it's a
Yes.
great
Excellent,
place.
excellent steaks.
So,
yes.
I guess then with the tacos, so I do charities too, and I hate giving somebody a check because you never know where that money goes. So what I do with my son is, and we didn't do it this year because of COVID, but we would go out every year, we would raise money, and we would feed families for Thanksgiving. So we would go with these big bags of turkey and stuffing and gravy, and we would literally go to churches, they'd give us lists of names, and then we would go there and we would hand them out. We would do that every year. That's the best way I feel to do it. But with you cooked the tacos and you handed them out? Is that what you did?
We did. So Chris and I came up with a menu, and we decided, well, you know what? Let's just do maybe platters, and we'll do 30 of them. So we decided to sell them for $15 each platter. And we advertised through social media, and I have to say the response from the community, from the barbecue community, from the West Coast.
Where did the money
and-
come? I'm sorry. When the money came in, that was to donate a platter. But then how do you find people to feed? That was my struggle. We had to go to churches. How do you find those people?
Right. So the money, everything that we made, it was actually donated to the organization No Kid Hungry.
Okay.
And so with the money, they give this money to different fundings, and they give the money to the different nutritional programs
I
that
see.
are linked to different school districts, and also non-profit community organizations.
Got it.
Yes. So overall, I have to say it was an amazing experience. It's nothing better than giving back with
It's
the loved
true.
one by your side.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I think it was just nice to just have our kids involved as well.
That's
they were
exactly
they were
right.
watching us. We were prepping the food throughout the week, and they're like, "Mommy, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? What's going on?" So it was just nice to get them involved in the kitchen.
That's right. They're like, they'll be community leaders. That's exactly right. They'll be doing it for somebody else because their mom and dad did it for somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I have to say, it was such a rewarding experience. We got such an amazing response. Our initial goal was to reach $500, and we were able to reach almost $1,000.
Wow.
So the response was just amazing. So it was a very rewarding experience. And on top of that, Chris actually used his seasoning.
Oh.
Yes, Latin
Wait,
Explosion. And-
what is the Latin Explosion? That's right.
Yes, I have to give you. I
Yes.
actually brought a bottle for you.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That's awesome. So there's also the shoes, what was it, the shoes for kids with hunger? There was something you did,
Yes,
it was somewhere on Christmas. I'm sorry, I was trying to follow that. But you
Right.
donate shoes and then you put shoes on people's feet? Was that it?
No,
For-
so let me tell you a little bit
Yes.
about this. So,
I'm
this
sorry,
was-
you're teaching me a
that's
lot
fine,
here.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. This is amazing.
I have to tell you, you have really done your job. You're coming up with all these great questions. And so this is an organization that I also stand behind.
You're doing
100%.
so much. You see what I mean?
I am.
You're giving back to and the universe just keeps pouring all over you.
And
you're going to look like this when you're 90, by the way. The way you're going, the universe is going to say, forget about the wrinkles. She's just fed 16 kids. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mike. So yes, this is an organization in where their mission is to collect shoes, and with the money that they make from this, they are actually able to just give back to the community. The shoes are also giving us a relief during natural disasters, and not only that, but the shoes that are collected from donations, they are sent overseas into developing nations, and where they're given to women, and they are able to resell these shoes for a profit.
So wait, if they have to be brand new, or could they be used shoes?
They can be just gently used.
Okay.
Shoes,
Is there any way that you can send me like an email of all of the things that you do, so I could put this all over our Facebook pages and whenever we post this on YouTube? Because people, they donate and they want to click on that link and just donate. So it would be great, because we can, whether it's shoes or whether it's money for the food for the kids in Hungary, we could do everything for you. So just send me those emails, or an email with all those links, so we can do that. But so how does that?
That would be amazing.
Does that tie into hunger though? The shoes?
Well, if you think about it, it would be also linked to hunger, because if a woman is able to go into an open market and resell the shoes, the woman will be able to provide for their families. So at the end of the day, it's all linked to hunger as well. So yes, and I was actually able to collaborate with Mrs. United States of America, Mrs. New Jersey, Sarah Williams, and she's a good friend of mine. And when I told her about this, she's like, yes, let's do it. And so we had a lot of support from family, friends. I was able to go out in the community and ask for just different businesses to host a box for us. Simply Sun Tanning, they hosted a box for us in each of their locations in Toms River, and also the Innovative Martial Arts in Jackson.
You didn't ask me.
They hosted a box.
Nothing.
Oh no, this was a little while ago.
Okay.
That's why. Otherwise,
all right.
And this place is beautiful. Let me tell you.
Thank you. So what I'll do is I will give you a brand new electric guitar, and we're gonna have that. You can auction it. A few $100, $300-400, whatever it is. You will leave tonight with an electric guitar. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you could donate it towards whether it's the shoes or the hunger, whatever it is.
Oh, thank you so much,
All right?
Mike.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thank
I have one in the closet that I can give you before you leave.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be great. So then we could, and maybe we'll inspire a musician, the next Elvis Presley, right?
Yes.
You never know.
The sky's the limit.
Exactly
when
right.
It's all about giving. The sky's the limit.
Exactly right. This is great.
you.
So I've learned so much about you, so much about your platform. It doesn't sound like it's going to stop here, but what's the next thing that you have on the horizon, whether it's the shoes or for the kids in hunger? I mean, I'd be even open to say, listen, when the weather gets a little better and you want to invite people here to do like an open house to feed people, I have no problem. You can have people come in. Yeah, they can come in, they can eat, grab their food, and go right around. That would work perfectly right there in the center. And we can have Chris Cooks Crazy and his Italian amazing salsa sauce.
Yeah, salsa sauce.
That
sounds
no,
great.
what's the name of it?
The seasoning is actually called Chris Cooks Crazy Latin Explosion.
All right, there you go. I got to get that down before the next podcast.
I think you have to see the bottle. Once you see the bottle and just the beautiful labeling that it has, it's just all gonna click, and and not only that, but it tastes amazing too. My mom is so hooked. She even makes Peruvian dishes with this.
That's because she loves Chris. By the way.
No, I'm not just saying that.
Really?
Because I'm his wife. But it's very, very good.
Really?
Well, we got excellent feedback from the people that purchased the pulled pork tacos, birria tacos, and just everyone loved it. Yeah. Not only that, but he also made his own hot sauce too.
Wow.
That was delicious.
So you do that like a scientist, right? With all your fallopian tubes. Wait, fallopian tubes are the women's thing. What are they called?
Oh no!
What are they called?
I don't know.
Test tubes.
Test tubes. That's it.
Forget about the fallopian tubes. We're gonna have to change that. What an idiot I am. Okay, so I'll propose to you is that if you do want to do something like that, I'd be happy to open up the school. We can have people here. We can get donations here as well. Whatever we can do, as long as Chris cooks his tacos. They have to be rock out tacos or rockin',
I love
rockin'
that.
tacos.
Yes.
Rockin', and they could be black taco. You can make the black tacos, right? They don't have to be yellow. There you go. There you go.
We can get creative. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so
We
much.
can play
That
some
would be
great music.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
That sounds like a
Let's
plan.
do it.
So what I do is usually at the end when I wrap this up, I usually talk about, a lot of other things other than what the platform is. So I'll give you, this is what I usually, you probably saw this on the other one. My big thing is classic Mustangs. My biggest thing in the world. So I had just finished getting a 66 Mustang restored. I don't know if you're familiar with those cars, but they're the old classic cars that my dad loved. And this particular car was just redone. Pulled it in my garage, and my garage door was closing. And I said to my dad, Dad, I love this car. And my dad looked at me and said, you know what, Michael? Everything in this life, in this world that you own will one day be owned by somebody else. He said he was in church, and that's what the pastor was saying. The pastor said, whether it's your jewelry, your houses, or your cars, that all goes away, and somebody else will one day own that. He said, what are you here for? It's not the cars, it's not the jewelry, it's not the house. What do you think you're here for? So I'm going to ask you, what do you think you're here for? What's your legacy? What do you want people to remember, Giannina, for?
I would say I would love to just continue doing what I'm doing, and continue to leave my footprint, and continue to be an advocate for ending hunger in America. And I will love to continue just planting that seed of compassion in children's hearts. And I think, again, if this is taught since a young age, I think this would be a better world. This was something that was taught from my parents, just having compassion and kindness. And I really, truly believe that this would make a difference in the world.
That's beautiful. So I'm going to just acknowledge you for a lot of things. First is you have great parents. Your mom and dad really did a phenomenal job. I mean, a phenomenal job. So I want to honor Mom. I don't know if she's listening, but when you play this back, you could just say, Mom, this is where he talks about you. But I want to honor your mom and your dad because they did a great job. But all you've done is give back. And I think the legacy that you're going to leave, you already started leaving. And those are the little kids that have graduated to 9th grade and 10th grade who've already been through your class. They must call you Ms. Gomez, right?
Yeah.
All Mrs. Gomez, all those students. And I think that you've already started leaving the legacy, but it also speaks volumes about you being a mom. Because as a mom, you have 2 children that are watching you. It's like being in a movie and you're watching the star of the movie. So sometimes you got the good guys and sometimes you got the bad guys, but you are the good guys, you and your husband. So you're playing in this movie to 2 beautiful kids who are watching it play out. And they're so selfless. Like, you think about everybody else, feeding people or caring about animals. You're so empathetic. And you came from nothing, 0, to coming in here 15 years old, learning English, going to college, and becoming a teacher, and then influencing all of these lives. So I got to think the whole world is going to honor you, and I got to think that kids already started honoring you. So I really appreciate this because you're a very special woman. And I think you're going to do a lot of great things. And that's why I want to be part of them. So if there's anything that I could do, music-wise or any-wise, I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Gomez, International 2021, Miss New Jersey International. Give it up for her.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. The salsa.
Wait a second. I was still on air.
Oh, we still on air? Let's go. All right, so then we
Still on here.
we're still on air. Okay, so I have my Alexa. So you said something.
Woohoo!
All right, you said something about music. I totally forgot.
Yes.
So
Forget.
I totally forgot.
You know what? I have the Latin, flavor in my blood, and this is all about music. And so, I was thinking about, well, what do I have in common with Mike? And I have to tell you, you play, instruments.
Yep.
You teach music,
Yep.
and I love music.
All right.
I love to dance music, so I figure, you know what? We have that in common.
I am the worst dancer in the world.
Oh, are you?
Oh my God! You got to talk about a student. Now you're up for a challenge. All right. So I don't know any particular songs. You could probably ask Alexa to play it. So ask
Yes,
Alexa.
you can just, sure, Alexa, please play samba, Brazilian samba.
Let's see if she gets this right.
Playing samba, Brazilian samba music on Amazon.
She knows it.
Of course, this is a big deal in Latin America, of course.
Wow. I think that's as loud as is it gonna get?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What about a fast one?
Yeah, a
This
little
one, La
fast
Vida,
one.
La Vida al Carnaval, is that it?
La Vida Carnaval, sure.
Let's go.
For it.
All
Yes.
right. I can't say. You're going to ask me to say that to Alexa?
Yes.
You kidding me? Alexa, no fallopian tubes. Alexa, play La Vida Carnaval. I just crashed her. Could you say it for me?
Sure. Alexa, please play Carnival Brazilian music.
I don't think she's listening to me. Alexa, you got to listen to Miss New Jersey 2021. All right, let's start this again.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh yes, that she really is. She will be. Alexa, play La Vida El Carnaval.
La Vida Su Carnaval.
La Vida
on
Su
NPM
Carnaval.
on
Oh my God, I think she understood me.
I think you got it.
Oh,
Exactly.
do we do this?
Yes, hold on.
All right, let's go in the front because I'm gonna trip over.
Let's do it, sure.
But I do the dances go like this?
But that would be like more Spaniard.
Okay, all right. You gotta teach me. I have no idea.
Yes, I don't want to fall from
You
here.
want to do it on the floor? Okay. But you gotta teach me.
This is a little bit of like samba mixed in with like Latin flavor. Good job.
Good job. And not a lesson. Not a lesson. Man, do one of these?
That's it.
Not a lesson. Not a lesson.
Yeah.
Mom, I got her to laugh. I got Mom to laugh. Arriba! Arriba! Is that what you said? No?
Sure. Hey, when you're feeling the music, you can
Exactly
sing
right.
whatever
This is the worst thing that I can ever do on camera for the world to see, but I'm doing it with a beautiful woman. Thank you very much. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rock City Central.